First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash, and double honors to those great millstone, while unto truth, and also to those elect that is scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another great, powerful lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And the type of day lesson is wildfire erupt across the Carolinas. So I like to say shalom to all of Shalom. Hope this will help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, I have a quick news article here by CBS News, and it reads, said Carolina fire maps shows where wildfires burn in North and South Carolina. So at least 17 wildfires were actively burning Monday in North and South Carolina, where blaze that erupted over the weekend forced evacuations and a state of emergency, said the largest of them in the Carolinas forest area near Myrtle Beach, spread over 1,600 acres in just a couple of days, said, and remain largely, said, uncontained as officials latest update. Said efforts were underway to contain the fire across both Carolinas. Here are maps illustrating the current situation. So right now, we already know that, wildfires also now they're working hand in hand with what? Smart cities. So right now, we're constantly seeing these things popping up left and right. We already know what happened. We can go back further as Hawaii, Maui, Hawaii. And also we already know about in California, all that what happened in the coastal regions of LA, over there in the Palestine and many other areas, that they're constantly, burning these communities, these certain areas, they're burning down. And out about it, we already knowing that, they're constantly, making way for this new these new smart cities, these new digital technology, and put it in that type of way so you can kind of understand it. So right now we already knowing what happened not too long ago in Asheville, North Carolina, also in the Appalachian, so, these are what you call land grabs, so we're not ignorant of Satan devices. So these things are constantly happening left and right, one plague behind another. In Alabama, we already knowing that, even though that we know that they're using this left-handed agenda, which in fact we know about these DEW, these dual weapons that they're constantly using. Also, we know about this weather manipulating things that, with these tornadoes, with these hurricanes, these floodings and things like that. We're seeing right now that Satan is trying to get that advantage. The physical counterpart of Satan is the what? The so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. So we constantly seeing these things left and right. Now it's saying right here in Myrtle Beach, they're saying that they're getting ready to launch and create a smart city. So when you go into the acronym SMART, it goes into surveillance, monitoring, analysis, reporting, and technology. So we're seeing right now that these things are coming full circle. They get ready to bring forth a new way of doing things. You will own you will own nothing and be happy. So, just like we're seeing right here, these things are constantly picking up just about every day. Here we go again, so it happened in Hawaii. Also it happened in California, the Carolinas, also in my own backyard. It had 4 or 5, I think it was last year, back in, I think it was around June. It had, a lot of land was burning up it was burning off, so right now these things are constantly picking up, they're saying that, it's rumors that they're going to turn Myrtle Beach into a meta beach. So when you get around to look up the word meta, so I don't want to go into it too deep or they will pull the video down. So we're seeing that now they say it's over 1,600 acres, that was burned, and they said it's up to say a number of 17 wildfire, were actively burning, saying as of Monday. So, these things are constantly picking up. So right now, every day, we can, it could be a wildfire, it could be some type of earthquake, it could be some type of a storm or some type of weather storm, some type of event or some type of T attack. These things are constantly picking up, earthquakes in diverse places. All these things are constantly happening. But one thing about it, we already know that these prophecies are constantly speaking loud and clear. And also the Lord is visiting the earth that he created. So that's a map right there. We're not going to go into the map, just showing the area where these 17 wildfires are located in the Carolinas, in South Carolina as well as North Carolina. It says here, let's get a little bit more. It's going to read a little bit more. It's official listed more than 200 wildfires in North Carolina early Monday, said covering almost 2,100 acres of land, according to the North Carolina Forest Service. Said the figure accounted for both reported fires and confirmed ones, and the latter group included active blaze along with other considered contained or controlled. So let's see. Let's get the rest of it. Say, and contained wildfire is one that still burns but is no longer spreading, while a controlled fire has been extinguished. So that's all we're going to go into this right here. I got videos to bring it out with a little bit more edification. So we're seeing right now that every day, like these things are constantly happening. The plagues are not slacking down. They're on every side. And also we know that the Lord is visiting the earth. And how is the Lord visiting the earth? Through these, these strange weather patterns, through all these different events that's taking place upon the earth left and right. We already knowing that, the Lord is in perfect control. You know what I'm saying? The so-called white man, he's not in control. A lot of people saying he's using this heart manipulating or DARPA. We don't want to go in there too deep, but one thing about it, that, it's all through the spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. And one thing about it, we already know, once again, these wildfires are working hand in hand with these smart cities. So these are land grabs. And also we knowing that, in Asheville, North Carolina, we already know that there's a lot of different minerals, resource, lithium, you understand what I'm saying? So we seeing how these things are going, just like Ukraine, they want to go in there and get the resource. This man right here, you know what I'm saying? And he constantly, destroying the earth, as we know it, all of a sudden now he wants to make Myrtle Beach a smart city, also Arizona, Los Angeles, different parts of America, across America. They're starting up these smart cities left and right, destroying land, running people out of their land and stuff, not letting them come back in. Also, they're counseling their insurance. So we seeing how these things are constantly going left and right. Also in the news that DJ Donald Trump saying that he's getting ready to erect these tariffs on Canada and Mexico. So they're counteracting by, they're saying they're not going to sell their liquor and several other things. So we're seeing right now that these things, could cause, they're already saying that the economy is constantly plunging, you know what I'm saying? So these things right now are constantly picking up. A lot of people right now still are not aware. They're still thinking that this is a game. These things are about to get real. And also we're seeing how these nations are constantly turning against America. So these things are constantly picking up left and right. And also we already know their true agenda, all a part of the plan. This is what total control, they trying to bring forth this new fourth industrial revolution, this new technology, you know, which in fact is going to be dealing with digital IDs, biometrics. It's going to be dealing with AI, robotics, transhumanism. These things are coming into play. And also the main goal is that RFD microchip, which in fact is the mark of the beast. So right now we constantly seeing that they constantly left and right, you know, causing a fire over here, causing some type of explosion over there, you know, a flooding, earthquakes, hurricane, tornado, some type of winter storm, some type of extreme heat. This man is coming with everything. This is the devil that the Bible speaks of. The devil's get ready to come down with great wrath, but the Lord said he will deliver us in times of trouble. So now, let's get a quick precept here. Let's go here to 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11 said, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So one thing about it, we know the physical counterpart of Satan that do the bidding of Satan in the physical form, it's the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. You know, he's trying to get that advantage, you know, bring forth his plan, you know, bring forth this new society, this new digital society. We're going to be dealing with heavy surveillance, you know, big brother is watching, you know, that's all I want to go into that. So we coming upon this time, you know, once again, that smart acronym, once again, is surveillance, monitoring, analysis, reporting, and technology. So we see how this is how the stage is constantly lining up, seeing how it's constantly manifested. So it's more obvious and clear what they're getting ready to do. You seeing that DJ Donald Trump is constantly tearing down this old system and bringing in the new system. And one thing about it, we're not ignorant of Satan devices. Says let's read it again. So lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his device. Who is we? You know what that mean? That the prophets, you know, starting with the prophet, the true believers of Yahweh, Bob Shem Abishai. You know, we constantly seeing exactly what this man is doing. You know, the prudent for sin is the evil. And that about it, when you go into that word, device is going into this man's mindset. You know what I'm saying? His evil plan, his evil plot. You know what I'm saying? And that about that's exactly what he's trying to bring forth. You know, constantly, gradually bringing it in left and right. You know, this is happening, that is happening. But we already know where all roads lead to that grain of rice to make you a petrol slave. And that about we go over these things left and right because this is where we at. This is spot on. Prophecies right now are speaking loud and clear. So it's high time to prophesy. You know, either you will hear or either you will forbear. We really don't give a damn because the Lord is getting ready to show up and show out. We constantly warning you left and right. It's time to seek the Lord. So now let's start today's video. You know what I'm saying? After the video, we'll start the lesson, and I hope that you will get edified.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Rachel Scott in for Lindsay Davis. The countdown to the Oscars begins. We will have more from the red carpet in just a moment, but we do begin tonight with the wildfires burning in the Carolinas. As we come on the air, hundreds of first responders are battling the flames. The governor of South Carolina has now declared a state of emergency. A fire burning near Myrtle Beach, doubling in size overnight, 0% contained, threatening homes and forcing evacuations. And massive plumes of smoke can be seen for miles. Fire teams taking to the skies, helicopters and planes helping to douse the flames. More than 30 agencies now involved. Officials say more than 100 fires were ignited this weekend alone. ABC's Stephanie Ramos leads us off from the fire zone.
Tonight, urgent evacuation orders in effect in the Carolinas after multiple brush and wildfires erupted, threatening homes and businesses. The Carolina forest fire near Myrtle Beach doubling in size overnight to 1,200 acres and still 0% contained. More than 30 agencies and 400 personnel supporting the firefighting effort. South Carolina's governor today declaring a state of emergency. The inferno sending a massive smoke plume drifting into the sky. Officials warning of low visibility driving conditions. Air support conducting water drops to combat the flames. Carolina forest resident Barbara Ginta telling us she first saw the flames Saturday afternoon, and then it got worse.
So that wind is what started it, and start one fire and just kept going and going and going, just catching everywhere, like all the woods behind us.
And how close did you see those flames? How
Right
close
here,
did it get?
right there. See, right there. That's when I woke up this morning.
With much of the southeast in moderate drought, dry and windy conditions fueling the fast-moving fires. Wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour, prompting the South Carolina Forestry Commission to issue a statewide burn ban.
You can see these brush fires continuing to burn.
This fire in Tryon, North Carolina, forcing evacuations. Residents saying the effects could be felt for miles.
Oh, you can smell the smoke all the way in Columbus.
And there's still a lot of smoke here in this area, here in Myrtle Beach, as the fire continues to burn. Fire crews are spread out across this area. South Carolina officials say, fortunately, no one has been injured, and while structures have been damaged, none have been fully destroyed. Thankfully, the winds are expected to die down as we head into the week. Rachel. That will be some much-needed relief. All right, Stephanie, thank you.
Hey, TikTok, it's me, Jeremy, March 2nd, 2025. Guys, I got some unfortunate news coming out of South Carolina. A bunch of wildfires have broken out, over 4,200 acres of wildfire going on. As of right now, the firefighters have been able to hold off on any damage to homes while evacuations are underway. Thoughts and prayers to all the people that are being affected by this. It's just more of the same, guys. We are in a spiritual war here that is manifest in the physical. We are up against the 1%, the elite who think they have a right to own everything. And that's what they're doing. It's an asset grab everywhere you look, in the stock markets, in the real estate markets. It's just reality, and we have to face it. This is the great transfer of wealth, and they're doing everything in their power to make sure that they control this great shift, okay, and that all of the chips end up back on their side when it's all said and done. I'm using some metaphors, but you have to understand that social media is it's very censored. So I'm trying to speak for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. This is very remnant of, again, LA fires, Maui, the hurricanes, all these kind of events that are happening will be blamed on climate change or, terrorism of some kind with everything that's going on in the world right now. But we know what's really going on.
South Carolina is still burning to the ground as we speak, and we still need to talk about it. Good morning, guys. This crazy camp chick is bringing you some of the latest chit chat about what is going on around this fire. So let's talk about it. Yesterday, a viewer had asked me, do we know where these smart cities are popping up? And the answer is yes. I got you. I got a whole map for you. Listen up, guys. Now, they really think that we are stupid. Before anything happens, you need to pay attention what they are doing because it's broadcast everywhere. So there's a news clip here I will put at the end of the video that you will see. They are letting you know what is coming to a town near you, and you best be prepared and listen, okay? This is what is happening. So what I honestly think is happening in the DFW, or in that area, not the DFW, is that they are setting these wildfires intentionally by something called DEW. I need you to look it up. I can't say it on here. So it can easily burn down the area. And then BlackRock comes in, takes it over, buys everything up for cheap, rebuild it, and voila, you get a smart city prison. Now, people think that, electronics are the greatest way, the greatest and latest new thing. But mind you, something goes down, you are left fucking SOL, okay? This is exactly what happened in La Habana, Amarillo, Texas, and, of course, in Los Angeles. But yet, no one is seeing it, okay? So this time around, Mark Zuckerberg has his hands in everything. Very concerning, considering that he was at the inauguration. Now, let me tell you, I'm all for Trump, but something something is just not adding up, okay? When I see sus, I call it for what it is. And if I'm wrong, I will apologize. But at this point, it's just the math isn't mathing, all right? So at the very end, I'll put you the map. And this, again, is very concerning. We are still being attacked from within our country. And it's not okay. Something is not right.
This is the fourth industrial revolution. Talk about the ultimate upgrade. So what does that mean for us here in Myrtle Beach?
Rachel, the overall goal is to improve our quality of life here in Myrtle Beach, and city staff say they're working to do that through new technology, and it's all starting right here in downtown Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach.
It's the second fastest growing city in the entire country. From its 60-mile beach to hosting one of the biggest country music festivals, Myrtle Beach is no doubt an area that has a lot to offer, and plans to bring it to the next level are ahead.
What we're looking to do, or what we're trying to do here, is create an urban environment where technology can help us improve our experiences, whether it's the services you receive from your local government, the experiences you have as a tourist in our town or a visitor in our town, but also, how we conduct business with our businesses.
Myrtle Beach Chief Innovation Officer Howard Waldy IV says he's been working to make Myrtle Beach a smart city since March of 2022. They're teaming up with Jennifer Hotai, co-founder of Osverse and Grand Strand Web3 Guild. Their teams are wanting to make the city more advanced to improve the quality of life for you and your family.
So now we get ready to start today's lesson. And once again, on that last video, I want to bring out is that, when the lady said, she have a map to show where all these smart cities going to be located. So it also, that coincide with what the 10, FEMA zone. Look it up. We're not ignorant of Satan's advice. So when you look at them 10 FEMA zone, all those areas where those so-called smart cities are going to be, they're setting the stage for this, this new society, new digital society is going to be dealing with different technology, blockchain technology, 5G, 6G, And one thing about it, we're coming upon this time at a fast pace. And one thing about it, men of the Lord, we're constantly warning you left and right. So now let's start here. With 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 11, he said, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." So one thing about it, we already knowing spiritual Egypt is what America, Babylon the Great, and not about we're knowing what happened back in Moses' time, but it's going to be 10.0 this time. So the Lord is, is constantly smiting Egypt once again. America, these things are going to constantly pick up. They're going to constantly increase. They're going to constantly escalate. That's what we're constantly seeing left and right. And once again, the devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. And also, Egypt is work hand in hand with the house of bondage. And a lot of people right now still are walking around here like they're free. You know what I'm saying? They're happy here. Good old happy slaves. And out about it, you get ready to die here because these things are constantly coming up on us at a fast pace. We're constantly warning you left and right. And out about we know that great tribulation is coming. Also great persecution, the beginning of sorrow. Verse 11 said, "Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten, said with the plagues and punishment that the Almighty shall bring upon it." So Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is getting ready to bring these punishment, these judgment down like you have never seen before. So we coming upon this time, these plagues, these pestilence, these calamities, catastrophes that's constantly happening left and right, one thing behind another, fire, storm, tempest, thunder. The Lord is what is visiting the earth that he created. These things are constantly happening. Also, the Lord is getting ready to bring those IBCM missiles. So we're seeing that the stage is set. The Lord is gathering the nation. We're seeing that these nations is constantly turning against spiritually that is called Sodom and Egypt, which in fact is America. Babylon the Great. This place is getting ready to be totally destroyed. So these things are going to constantly pick up left and right. So now let's go here. So we're seeing right now that these global elites are constantly, pushing that agenda. They're moving in warp speed. Let's go here to Ephesians chapter 6, Ephesians chapter 6, and we'll start up at verse 11. And it reads that, put on the whole armor of the Almighty, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And out of the body, you know what I'm saying? You stand against the wiles of the devil. Man, this red devil, he's getting ready to get wild. He's getting ready to do his thing. And one thing about it, you know what I'm saying, that put on the whole armor, you know what I'm saying, this wisdom, this knowledge, and understanding, and also it's going to go into work hand in hand with your faith that ye have believed. So one thing about it, we coming upon this time, we're going to constantly got to trust and believe in Yahweh. By Shemashah, we the same that endure, the same shall be saved. So put on the whole armor of Yahweh by Shemashah, so you will be able to withstand the wiles of the devil. And not because he's getting ready to bring it. Verse 12, it said, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. That's exactly what we're seeing. The spiritual wickedness in high places, by already knowing that it's a very dark present, gross darkness upon the earth. But the Lord is constantly exposing, constantly, pulling back that veil, these lies and deception. So right now, the man of sin, seeing that his days is determined, he's constantly trying to bring it, trying to bring forth this new system. And one thing about the Lord said his hands would not be able to perform his enterprise. So that read verse 13, Salaki. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 13 said, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Almighty, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. So one thing about it, that's what we have to do, constantly gird up our loin, get our house in order, get your mind right, let go of the mortal thoughts, because one thing about it, we're coming upon some very turbulent times, some great tribulation that we have never seen before. We are very close, and also we are very excited. We're waiting on our Lord and Savior, the great and glorious return of Yahweh by Shemashah, man. It's at the door, man. It's fast approaching. So now, let's go here to Proverbs chapter. Let's go to Proverbs, because every day this man right here, he got to do wicked, because he is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. This man is he's getting worse and worse, and the Lord's getting ready to take this man out. Let's go back out. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 4, and I think it's around verse 15, if I'm not mistaken, verse 16. So and it reads, said, for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and they sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. So one thing about it, we already know, for they sleep not, who is this? What I'm saying? You talk about these 1% of the international bankers, they constantly working overtime, and also they have their puppets in play, DJ Donald Trump, we got this, Elon Musk, also we got Zelensky. All of them are playing their role in the movie, and all about it's only one main objective. They want what? Total control. That's what we constantly seeing left and right. They're not sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Like these two there, they're sleeping right now. And one thing about it, this man is dead serious. And one thing about it, that you know what I'm saying? While you're playing checker, this, you know what I'm saying? While this man is playing he's playing checkers, but the Lord is playing chess. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's getting ready to chess make this man. You know what I'm saying? So one thing about it, he's trying to cause some to fall, you know what I'm saying? A great fall. He's trying to get that advantage. We constantly seeing it left and right. And one thing about it, the Lord reveals his secret to his servants, the prophets. Not about, that's why we're rejoicing, you know what I'm saying? And asking the Lord, constantly, that we endure, to give us the understanding, we asking the Lord, how long, O Lord? Verse 17 said, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. So that's exactly what they're doing each and every day, constantly causing these different effects through the spirit and power, spirit and power, Yahweh by Shemashah, and also this order out of chaos to bring forth that solution. So you know what I'm saying? This thing right here, he's making Esau bare and bare. This man pretty much is getting sloppy. Lord is taking his wisdom away from him. He's on the decline. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, we'll get ready to be on the he's gonna be on the decline. So I'm trying to say we're gonna be on we getting ready to be exalted. I'll put it like that. But that wasn't the word I wanted to use. Another word I wanted to use. But one thing about it that we seeing that we're gonna be, man, I'm telling you, man, we're right there, man. Our salvation is at the door. Let's read this once again. Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 17 said, "For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence." This man is the vilest man on this earth, And one thing about it, this is the bloody, deceitful man. And one thing about it, he's not going to stop until the Lord return and cut him off. So the Lord's getting ready to cut off that long disease, starting with sin, and also the man of sin, Esau, Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of. So now, let's go to our last and final script. Let's go ahead to Psalms chapter 34. We'll close out here. Psalm chapter 34, and we'll start up at around verse 17. Psalm chapter 34 and verse 17. We'll close out here. Let's see here. No, let's go up a little bit more to 15, then we'll close out in 17. Let's highlight this right quick. So we're seeing right now that every day, these events constantly are taking place. These every day, left and right. You turn your flat screen on. You seeing exactly what's going on. So I start here first. It said the eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cries. And not about already knowing about the eyes of the Lord, which in fact are the angels, that ride around, and what they ignorantly call these UFO, So the eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous. Who is the righteous? The elect, the true believers of Yahweh by Shemashah, and his ears are open unto their cries, to our sign and crying, to our prayer. We ask the Lord to help us, Lord. Get us out of this nightmare, Lord. How long, oh Lord? Get rid of this red devil. You know what I'm saying? That's what we ask the Lord each and every day. So the Lord is hearing our cries left and right. And the Lord is getting ready to come out of his place, and set everything back into order. Verse 16, it said, the face of the Lord is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. And out about it, the Lord's getting ready to do that. You know what I'm saying? The Lord faces upon them. The Lord, he's constantly right now making inquisition. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created. And one thing about it, we already knowing that, the cup too is getting ready to pass to what? The daughter of Edom, which in fact is, the so-called white man and the white woman, to white woman, the white man, which in fact the red man and the red woman. So right now, let's read this once again. The face of the Lord is against them that do evil, to cut off the remnants of them from the earth. And one thing about it is what the Lord is getting ready to do. And also the Lord faces upon these wicked ass two-thirds, also these heathen nations. The Lord's getting ready to set the record straight. The writing is on the wall. And one thing about it, we already know that this man is getting ready to bring it. 2025 is constantly what? It's all the way live. It's constantly what? Picking up. It's constantly speeding up. We are very excited. So rejoice, ye heavens. Verse 17 said, the righteous cry, and the Lord hears and delivered them out of all their troubles. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it is what the Lord is getting ready to do, to deliver us out of all our troubles. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, because we fear the Lord. We trust the Lord. And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to do a mighty work. And one thing about it, all we got to do, is constantly what? Trust and believe in Yahweh by Shemashah. Keep the faith. Keep pushing. And the Lord is getting ready to do the rest. Let's read this once again. Psalm chapter 34 and verse 17 said, the righteous, which in fact is the elect, the true believer, cry, and the Lord heareth and delivereth them out of all their troubles. And one thing about it is what the Lord is getting ready to do, man. Let's read this all the way down. Let's read it all the way down. It's a short chapter. Let's read some more of this. You know what I'm saying? The Spirit got me want to read all of this. This is just beautiful. I love Psalms. It says here, the Lord is now or near unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such be of a contrite spirit. Who is that? The elect. Verse 19 said, for many of the affliction of the righteous, but the Lord delivered him out of them. Man, the Lord's getting ready to come, man. He's getting ready to do it, man. Psalm chapter 91. It's many other. The Lord's getting ready to do a mighty work, man. We so very excited. These things are lining up just like clockwork. The Lord is coming. Verse 20 said, He keepeth all his bones, said not one of them is broken. Verse 21 say evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. That's exactly what's getting ready to happen. The Lord is getting ready to, get ready to overthrow the house of the wicked. Very soon. So, the tables are constantly turning. Let's highlight this last one, and we'll close out here. It said, verse 22 said, the Lord redeemeth the souls of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall be desolate. Hey, man, through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shema Shai, we know that we're very close. We saying right now, these things are constantly lining up just like clockwork. The end is being manifested right before our eyes. And one thing about it, we're constantly enduring. We're constantly suffering. And one thing about it, the Lord, our light affliction is only for a moment. And one thing about it, we constantly trusting and believing Yahweh Shema Shai. The Lord's constantly exposing all these false prophets that went up against the men of the Lord. One thing about it, we seeing it happening left and right. The Lord is doing a mighty work. Judgment is now at hand, and it's going to be very massive. And then the Lord said, first my judgment would start at the house of Israel. So we are very close. The Lord is coming back and getting rid of this nightmare, and delivering us from all our troubles. So the title of the day lesson, once again, is Wildfires Erupt Across the Carolinas. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.